What's up, guys? This is Jeff with Win Big Picks, and today I'll be breaking down my top 5 picks for Sunday, September 7th in the NFL. Finally, we got a full day of football to watch. Just to recap, yesterday, though, we end up going 4-2, 3-0 sweep in college football. Sawyer Robertson only needed to get 280. He winds up with 440. John Mateer, over 1.5 total touchdowns. He winds up with 3, crushes that one. And then C.J. Baxter, Texas running back, 11.5 attempts. He winds up with 13, cashed that in the third for us. And then over in baseball, we had Yu Kikuchi under 35.5 fantasy score. This was an easy cash for us. He got tagged for 7 runs through 2 innings. No problem there. And then the only 2 that didn't come out for us, Trevor Rogers, more than 31.5 fantasy points. His shortest outing in a long time, just wasn't able to get there for us. He did get there on Sleeper, though, if you picked his fantasy points over there. But we went with him on Underdog. And then Rafael Devers, more than 6.5 fantasy points. He only had a walk and just did nothing the rest of his bets, so missed on that one. But just to show you a couple of the ones that we've won on, this one we just need Lamar to play tonight to cash that. And then one of my VIP picks, he was a discount on Betr at 3.5Ks. Get him for 4.5 everywhere else. And he hit both of those, paired him up with Trevor Rogers to cash out on that one. So, before we get to today, just remind you guys that over on Betr, if you sign up using our code WINBIGPICKS and the link below, they'll give you a free $10 just for signing up, and then they will match your first deposit 50% up to $200, meaning if you throw in $400 on your first deposit, they will give you $200. And you could use some of that money on the Lamar free pick. They're offering that again today too. Again, just sign up below with the link and use code WINBIGPICKS when you do. And as usual, if you want to send a screenshot of that deposit over the email address on the screen here, give you a free month of our VIP picks. All of them over on Winnable here. All the picks we make there get texted right to your phone the second we hit post. And just remind you of the NFL and call it a season pass. If you just want the NFL football pick, if that's what you're into, just football, you just sign up for the season pass right here. 5 months worth of value in that one. So, on to today's picks. First up, we're going Jonathan Taylor, more than 79.5 rushing yards. I think this is just too low for a guy like him. You know, he's an every down back. He doesn't have to split carries like a lot of other teams do. We got Daniel Jones at that QB, so they're not going to want him to throw it too much, unless they're down late. Last year, he hit this at 10 of 14 out of the games he was in. And then at home, he hit this in 5 out of 7. The line for this one's only 1.5, so should be a close game. Won't have to abandon the running game at any point. We don't think so. Jonathan Taylor, more than 79.5 rush yards, should get that done for us today. Up next, we got Ja'Marr Chase, just to score 1 touchdown. And I think the Bengals are just going to roll in this one against the Browns. Chase last year scored 11 of 17 games, and on the road, he was even better, scoring in 6 of 9. So if he came to your town, he was scoring a touchdown. The Browns' defense as well, versus wide receivers, last in the league, allowing averaging 1.4 touchdown a game to him, 3 touchdowns a game overall. So Ja'Marr Chase should be able to grab one of those. Again, I think the Bengals, Joe Burrow, they just pass all over him today and get it done for us. Next up, we got Alvin Kamara, and I like him for more than 89.5 rush and rec yards combined. Their coach came out earlier this week and said he'd be taking most of the team's carries, and that is music to our ears. Look at the last year, 8 of 14. He hit this, especially early on in the year when he was healthier. He crushed this. Arizona defense last year versus running backs, 25th in yards allowed rushing, then 20th receiving. The Saints, though, with Spencer Rattler at quarterback, I think they'll be leaning heavily on Kamara to carry the offense. Even if they have to throw the ball, screens, check down, stuff like that, should be able to get that to Alvin today. If you just wanted to take his reception yards, it's either at 27.5 or 29.5, depending where you look. If you think they're going to get blown out and need to throw more, you can take the rec yards. That's a good option as well. Hey, just pausing real quick, reminding you guys to like and subscribe, comment down below, anything to help pump up the algorithm for us as we are a newer channel. It is appreciated. And we are still teamed up with Wanna Parlay. Big matchup tonight. Bills and Ravens. Can one of them finally get past the Chiefs and go to the Super Bowl? We'll find out in a few months. But over on Wanna Parlay, they're offering a 100% deposit match up to $250, meaning if you throw in $250, they'll give you another $250 on top. All you got to do, use our link below. Use the code WINBIGPICKS when you sign up. Same thing applies to if you send a screenshot of that first deposit you make with them over to us. We'll give you a free month of VIP. So, moving on. Up next, we're taking Malik Neighbors. Over 10 targets. He's their top guy, head wide out, even with the new quarterback, with Russell Wilson there. He should be the one seeing the ball through the air the most. Going up against Washington today. And last year versus Washington, he got this both games. And last year overall, he either hit or exceeded this in 10 of 15. And then on the road, he was even better for us over there, hitting or exceeding this neither in 6 of 7. And like I said, they're going up against Washington. They are 6-point underdogs over there. Jaden Daniels on the other side. So I think they're going to have to throw a lot more at some point. And who better for them to throw to than the number one guy, Malik Neighbors. So we're hoping he gets over 10 targets on the day. Last up, we're going with Stefon Diggs. Now, Stefon with a new team. He's got on the Patriots, got Drake May at quarterback. He's the number one guy there. And I think Drake's going to try to establish a connection with him through the air, early on at least. And then even if they're down late, he should be the guy they go to. Look at the numbers last year. Only played in 8 games, over this in 6 of 8. And that was in Houston, where he was splitting time with the other wide receivers, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and he was still getting the ball a ton. This game, though, up against the Raiders, spread's only 2.5, so they're thinking it'll be close. But I think that number 6.5, it's just too low for a number one guy, regardless of what they're doing. He should be able to eclipse this one easily. And just showing you guys, I've already locked in over on Betr. They got a bunch of discounted picks over there today. Like I mentioned earlier, I think Joe Burrow, the Bengals, going to roll. Took his discount here, paired it up with Jonathan Taylor. Hopefully going to 3x on this one. And if you want to keep track, check out what we've already done, what we're still doing over on the Pickett app. You find me over there at Carpsy151. And if you want free money, who doesn't? Download the app using the link below. Use code WINBIGPICKS. Sync up a sportsbook to the app. And they will give you $3 just for doing that, with a chance for that $3 to be 100. Really, you can't lose. It's free money with a chance for it to be a lot of free money. So head over to the link down in the description below and do that. So, looking forward to a great day of NFL action. Let's hope we green out, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.